Inter-Airport Europe is marking a major milestone, 25 years of accelerating airport innovation and partnerships. Join us from 7 to 9 October in Munich as we bring together the world's leading airport suppliers and service providers, alongside top aviation leaders and regional decision-makers, to showcase the most transformative technologies shaping the future of the industry. This key event for the global airport sector will feature a dedicated conference and awards program. Over 3 days, it will help airports streamline their infrastructure, systems, and processes whilst meeting rising costs and compliance. Don't miss this milestone edition of Inter-Airport Europe, where the future of airport innovation begins.
Welcome to Airside News.
Today, we're really taking a journey into the world of airports, specifically development and ground support.
It's moving so fast right now.
It really is. Imagine you've just got this stack of, the latest news, all the insights shaping where air travel is going. That's what we're here to unpack. Our mission really is to boil down the most important bits from these headlines. Give you a shortcut, basically, to being right on top of what's happening in aviation.
Yeah, from green tech, making airports cleaner,
to big shifts in, global trade, travel policy. We're covering a lot of ground.
And it is fascinating, isn't it, when you look at all these stories together? What really jumps out isn't just one thing here, one thing there. It's a real convergence. Trends pushing towards sustainability, efficiency, and a, much more connected world.
Exactly. We'll try and connect those dots for you.
That's the plan.
We've got some really interesting developments. Think revolutionary electric gear on the tarmac, big upgrades to airports, some major business deals.
And even how trade issues are hitting air cargo.
Right. So let's get into it. Let's unpack this. Okay, so first up, we're kicking off with maybe the biggest theme right now. Sustainability.
It's everywhere in aviation.
Totally, but not just in the air, right? A huge part of this is actually happening on the ground. So let's start with something passengers might actually notice. Orangey, the airline in Guernsey, they're bringing in these fully electric AVRAMs at Gatwick and Southampton, two pretty major UK airports.
Right, the electric ramps, step-free access.
Exactly. These aren't just any old ramps, designed specifically for step-free boarding, which is, huge for accessibility.
Massive difference for passengers who need assistance, yeah.
But it's more than that, too. They're saying it also helps cut down aircraft turnaround times.
Ah, so an efficiency gain as well.
Yeah, adds that operational speed on top of the passenger comfort.
And that's a great example, actually, because it shows how these seemingly smaller innovations
Like a ramp, yeah.
can have these bigger ripple effects. Good for passengers, cuts emissions, helps the airport flow. It underlines that sustainability isn't just the planes, It's the whole ecosystem around them, the charging points needed, the power grid. It forces bigger thinking.
That's a really good point.
Right.
And that push for electric definitely goes deeper into the sort of operational backbone. Staying on the ground, there's another big story. A major North American airline investing, over $1.2 million?
Yeah, and Flux Power's lithium-ion system, the G80.
Right. And the goal there seems pretty clear. Cut emissions, obviously, but also make their ground support equipment work better.
Optimize performance, yeah.
And what caught my eye is the system includes real-time data analytics.
Now that's interesting because it brings up a key question, doesn't it? How is that mix, real-time data plus electric power, going to fundamentally change how ground support equipment is managed, maintained?
Right, it's not just electric anymore.
Exactly. It's smart electric. You start thinking about predictive maintenance, not just fixing things when they break, monitoring battery health, motor performance, anticipating problems before they happen. That could mean huge gains in uptime, a total shift for the maintenance crews.
And that idea, smart electric on the ground, it leads pretty naturally to the next step, doesn't it? Not just electric, but autonomous, too.
The driverless future on the tarmac.
Yeah. Let's talk logistics. Arrigo is pushing ahead with its ramp-ready autonomous cargo project. They just got 700,000 pounds in funding.
Right, deploying at East Midlands Airport.
Electric autonomous vehicles. The idea is to streamline everything airside, part of this bigger vision for, scalable zero-emission transport at airports.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, these autonomous electric vehicles, they're not just fancy baggage movers.
No, it feels bigger than that.
It's a complete rethink of how the airside works. Yes, zero emissions, that's great. But think about safety reducing human error. Efficiency AI optimizing routes may be running 200/7. The real insight is moving towards this fully integrated self-managing logistics system. could slash costs, speed up cargo handling. You get your packages faster, basically.
Okay, and rounding out this sustainability segment, let's zoom out a bit. Look at aviation fuel itself. Big news here.
SF, Sustainable Aviation Fuel.
Exactly. Universal Fuel Technologies, ethanol to jet SF. It's made using a process called flexiforming.
Yep, basically turning ethanol into jet fuel.
Well, it's just passed a major hurdle. ASTM D454 clearinghouse acceptance.
That qualification is huge, and it's important to get why.
Go on.
That ASTM acceptance, it means this new way of making SAF has gone through really tough scientific checks, validating it's safe, it performs right, meets the standards. It's the technical green light, basically, paving the way for it to be used commercially. And the deeper thing here is it shows just how many different routes we're exploring to decarbonize flying. It's not just one solution.
Right. Not putting all eggs in one basket.
Exactly. You've got electrification on the ground, like we talked about, and then these advanced biofuels, like this flexiforming process for the planes themselves. Having more validated SAF pathways like this is critical if we actually want to produce enough sustainable fuel to make a real difference. So why it matters to you, listening. The next time you fly, the fuel powering your plane could literally be greener because of steps like this.
All right, moving beyond just green tech.
Yeah.
These sources also show this massive push for just better operations, better passenger experience, and some big strategic business moves, too.
Yeah, efficiency and market positioning are definitely key themes.
Let's start with something pretty fundamental. Baggage handling. We've all had issues there, right?
Oh, yeah. Crucial part of the journey.
Well, Palm Springs International, PSP, they secured over $21.5 million in federal funding. Big chunk of change.
For upgrading their baggage system.
Exactly. And it's not just swapping out old belts. It's about making it faster, more secure, handling more bags.
And importantly, they mention it's without burdening local taxpayers.
Right. That stood out.
And what's interesting there, I think, is seeing how federal money is used strategically. It's not just helping PSP, it's investing in national infrastructure. Baggage handling isn't just convenience, it's tied into security national standards. This kind of funding can help standardize quality, maybe push other airports too. It shows it's seen as a national priority.
Good point. Okay, let's pivot now. How are airlines using tech to grow and connect better?
Software making a difference.
Yeah, like Centromer in Uzbekistan, they've chosen iPort for their departure control system, their DCS.
Ah, the DCS, the brain behind the check-in desk, basically.
Pretty much. Manages check-in, boarding, weight and balance, flight manifests, all that crucial stuff. And for Centromer, this is enabling them to expand fast. Over 30 airports, moving to a hub-and-spoke model.
Which should mean much better connections for passengers on their network.
Right.
And choosing a sophisticated DCS like iPort, it really signals their ambition, doesn't it? It raises that question. How vital is this kind of modern digital system for an airline that wants to grow, not just bigger, but like initially, profitably?
You can't just add routes without the back-end systems.
Exactly. It's the invisible engine behind your boarding pass, making sure your connection works. Without it, rapid growth could just be chaos. So this shows they're serious about scaling properly.
Okay, now let's shift to the business side. Some major deals reshaping airport services.
The consolidation trend.
Yeah. Menzies Aviation, they're already a huge global player. They've just acquired G2 Secure Staff.
For, what was it, $305 million?
Yep. A really significant investment.
It absolutely is. And strategically, this move basically makes Menzies the #1 player in U.S. airport services.
Big implications.
Huge.
Yeah.
Boosts their revenue, expands what they can do across, 350 airports worldwide now? And looking at the market, this kind of consolidation, it often means economies of scale. Streamline operations, maybe more consistent service levels across different airports.
That could be good for travelers.
Potentially. But it also brings up questions about competition, right? Does having one dominant player impact pricing or innovation from smaller companies?
True.
Menzies will be aiming for efficiency, offering everything from handling bags to fueling planes. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out for competition in the U.S. market. More efficiency or less choice. We'll see.
All right, our final segment. Let's look at the wider world impacting aviation. Think trade policies and even new uses for drones.
The bigger currents shaping the industry.
Let's start with air cargo, kind of the unsung hero of global trade, maybe.
Definitely playing a massive role, especially when things get unpredictable.
And the sources suggest U.S. supply chain managers are leaning more heavily on air cargo charters.
Yeah, and what's fascinating there is charters aren't just for emergencies anymore. They've become like a strategic tool.
For resilience.
Exactly. Resilience against volatile markets. Think Tariff changes, geopolitical tensions, problems with sea freight. Charters give you flexibility, speed. You can navigate around policy changes, get faster deliveries. It really shows how adaptable aviation is in keeping global supply chains moving.
Absorbing the shocks, almost.
Yeah, helping stabilize things, which ultimately affects the prices and availability of goods for, well, for all of us.
Okay, now some positive news, it seems, for U.S. airlines and folks traveling to Mexico.
Ah, yes, the Mexico City slots.
Right. Mexican officials have told U.S. carriers they're getting back slots at Mexico City International Airport that were taken away.
Reversing restrictions that have been in place for a couple of years now.
Which means significantly better access for U.S. airlines to a really key international hub.
And this is a really important decision. It highlights that delicate balance, doesn't it? The often political nature of international aviation policy.
It's not just about schedules.
Not at all. Airport slots, especially at major hubs, are powerful economic levers. Taking them away caused real problems for U.S. airlines. Limited options for travelers, maybe pushed up fares.
So getting them back is a big deal.
It suggests a shift maybe towards encouraging more connectivity, more competition, which hopefully translates into more choices and maybe better prices for you, the traveler. It just shows how government decisions directly impact your travel plans.
Okay, finally, let's talk about some cool new tech.
Drones.
UAVs, yeah. Always interesting developments there.
So Idea Forge in India, they've just received official DGCA type certification for their SWIT-CH UAV.
DGCA being India's Directorate General of Civil Aviation, so the official regulatory body.
Exactly. And this SWIT-CH UAV, it's not your average hobby drone. It's a vertical takeoff model built for serious work, tactical missions, civil stuff, industrial uses across India.
And getting that DGCA type certification, connecting this to the bigger picture, it's more than just a rubber stamp.
Right, it signifies something more. It signifies that a major economy like India is building a really solid regulatory framework for advanced drone operations. This is key. It broadens what we even mean by aviation, doesn't it? It's not just passenger planes and cargo anymore.
It's these specialized high-tech applications.
Surveillance, checking infrastructure like bridges or power lines, agriculture, disaster response, you name it. The real insight, I think, is that this kind of certification unlocks new commercial markets. It integrates drones safely and, importantly, scalably into the national airspace. It's a glimpse of the future where these specialized UAVs are just, well, a normal and essential part of many industries. Tag OTRO.
Wow. Okay, that was quite a deep dive, wasn't
You
it?
covered a lot of ground.
We really did. From green tech on the tarmac electric ramps, autonomous cargo, to the big business deals, airline expansions, acquisitions,
Then looking at global trade affecting cargo, policy shifts opening up routes.
and finishing with certified drones, carving out new aviation niches.
Yeah, it's just so clear the industry is not standing still. It's constantly, rapidly evolving. Every single story we touched on today, it points towards a future that's, well, more efficient, definitely more sustainable, and much more interconnected.
These aren't just headlines, are they?
Now, they're like signposts, showing where travel, logistics, technology, where it's all heading. It's a convergence, creating a really different landscape.
So thinking about all of this, the electric autonomy, the new fuels, the smart drones, the slot politics, what single trend do you, listening right now, think will have the most transformative, maybe even hidden impact?
Yeah, on your next trip, or maybe on the global supply chain that brings you stuff.
Will it be those background efficiencies, making things smoother, the green tech, or just this ever-growing web of connections and new aerial capabilities?
Something to think about.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you feel really well-informed, maybe a bit inspired by just how fast things are moving in aviation.
Always exciting to track.
It is. We look forward to our next exploration together.